Hello, everybody. Um, Today, well, first of all, sorry I missed yesterday programming. I was busy all day doing my magazines and Blu-rays in preparation for my movie screening that went really well last night. So I just had zero time to program. But wow, that sounds wild, huh? Anyways, I think today's gonna be not so interesting, so I don't have too much energy to start something brand new right now, but I want to do a little check at the very least to see anything I might be missing from the original here. Like I'm gonna make a little list of things I still need because um wow, that looks so cool. So I noticed when we spawn standing, but when we die, when we respawn, we come up from those teleporting spots. Um, so we'll have to figure out how to do that. And then one of the next things we need to do is just set up collision for ostrich to vulture. And then we need to figure out the rising lava, which should be pretty easy. Um, and then we need the point system. So yeah, we gotta just spawn on screen and then the enemies kind of come out of nowhere. So one thing about the vultures that I've got totally busted is like, do you see how right now I have it where it kind of goes like, they'll flap once every, in between like 1 and 3 seconds or something. But if you look at them flapping, it's like, no flap, no flap, no flap, 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 no flap, no flap, 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 flap. So, well, it's almost like we need to trigger. It's like when we do trigger flapping, there's many multiple flaps, right? So it's like every couple seconds we need to trigger flapping, and then whenever flapping is true, flap a couple times, like up to like 20 times or something. So that's one thing we need to be different about our our guys. And then we'll need to get, collision detection going on. And then we'll need to do the invincibility thing upon respawn, where we flash like that. Flash because we're invincible. Then we'll need to do eggs upon deinstantiation of vultures, and then we'll need to do the exploding animation upon our character getting smashed. And then we'll need game over We'll need a top score thing. So let's just write down some stuffs like, oh, we did spawn an enemy. We did make enemy sprites. We did make enemy class. Wow, yeah, we did pretty good there. We did the bounder for now. Stop bouncing at me. Okay, so we need like invincibility. Upon respawn. We'll need proper flap for vultures. AI. We'll need enemy collides with player makes explosion. And then we'll need player collides with enemy makes egg. Then we'll need the respawn from the portals. Yeah, respawn from the portals. And then yeah, maybe today we'll try to see if we can get the enemy to spawn from the portal. That might be a good goal. See, we just have him jumping once, but we don't have him flapping. And yeah, we got that. His nose gets cut off for some reason. That's so cool, though. We need to draw the portals, too. We'll need to add those, but for right now, I want to see if I can make the vulture spawn from the ground there. So we'll try to spawn him from this platform. 1, 2, 3, platform 3. So like we'll add a portal right here eventually, but I want to see if I can make the vulture pop up from here and then start walking. So it's almost like we need to do a in its update function, it's like we need to say, well, first of all, let's give us a boolean called spawning, and we initiate spawning to true upon instantiation, and if self.spawning, then do some code, otherwise do all the code we have currently. That way we can give it specific spawning update logic. And then, so if it's self.spawning, let's say, you know, we need, for now, we're going to hard code in the spawn to be, you know, instead of X and Y being this stuff, we need X and Y to be appropriate to our platform 3. So it's like our X would be maybe platform 3 plus like maybe a ostrich length in or so. And then our Y would be platform 3, and that's probably good or right, because we're trying to spawn platform 3 Y. So let me see, it'll probably be super messed up because of the collision detection. Vulture 3. Vulture 294. What? What's going on? Bad argument 3 to draw. Self.x. Duh. Okay. Yeah. So maybe another ostrich length in for its X position. But yeah, see his nose getting cut off like that? The vulture's nose on this frame 1, for whatever reason, is cut off. Let me see. In our Pix Vulture Atlas. So it looks like we're not drawing the last pixel. Oh. That's because we're not supposed to add the pixel. Hold on, let me see in A-Sprite here. Because we added the pixel buffer in there to prevent the kind of next frame bleed. Yeah. Yeah, that's incorrect. That's why it's getting cut off, because look, it's cut off right there. That's exactly wrong. So if we okay. All we got to do is scoot this over. And then we should be good. So we'll export. I'm going to export it in Pix Vulture Atlas. I'm going to overwrite it. Can I export the same name? That's what I want. I'm going to say 2 then, whatever. I'll just change it. Okay. Exported. Sure, save. And then we'll delete the old Vulture Atlas. And we'll put in the new one as the same name. Therefore, when we run this, we should see his nose. Oh yeah, his nose is back. Okay, so we need one more ostrich or vulture width inwards for its X. Or a ostrich or vulture width for its X. And then we need to spawn him up. So when he's spawning, he draws there, and then we update its X position before we swap spawning to false. So we need to say in our here, we need to say self.x gets self.x -1. And I want to just see how fast that is and see if that's way too fast for it to rise up. Not X, Y. We need Y. Go upwards, not leftwards. So if it spawns, that's kind of too fast, but maybe 0.5 is good. Yeah, that looks okay. Then do they flicker or anything when they spawn? That's so cool. No, they just kind of just come out. So I'm gonna say if self.y is greater than our platform 3. See, and we need to pass in a platform for the portal. So instead of it being hard coded like this. So like I would just do self. I'm gonna add this. So like self.platform dot y platform spawn maybe dot y shifted by self.height. So if the y is actually smaller than basically above where it would be standing on its spawned platform, y, yeah, if it's smaller than that, then I need to do two things. I need to set its y to be equal to the platform spawn y minus the self.height, and I need to then turn spawning self.spawning to false, so he would start walking, you know, like trigger all his other logic. So we need to give a self.platform spawn an instantiation. So I'm gonna put that this platform spawn is getting the platform spawn parameter, and then I'm going to add a parameter to be given to the class, and then I'm going to input that parameter as an argument in our play state. So we're saying, hey, this guy particularly is spawning on platform 3, and as far as Lua is concerned, platform 3 is just a platform object, which is all, it's just a table. So I should be able to do that. Heck yeah, dude. Okay. So the next problem with this is that we need to not draw, you know, his pixels bottom. We need to not draw his pixels on the bottom when he's coming up, because his feet shouldn't be below that. So it's like when he's spawning, we need to render a different we need to do something similar here where we say if self.spawning, then do one thing, otherwise do your normal logic. Okay. And then what do we need to do if we're spawning? Well, we need to love.graphics.draw our texture with our quad. At our appropriate X, our appropriate Y. I don't think we need the rotation and the scale on these. I think that's redundant or not necessary. But we need not a Vulture sprite viewport. We need a spawning viewport. So this Vulture sprite is a quad. It's like we need to be given, I think we can just make another quad that we can modify the viewport of. Vulture spawn viewport. It's just what I'm going to call it. And then if we're spawning, we draw not Vulture sprite, but this Vulture spawning viewport. And then that means when we're spawning, we need to set our Vulture sprite viewport. I need to look at the function for this in the documentation real quick. Takes in a quad. So it just needs XY width height, source width, source height. So the X and Y is 0, 0, yeah. And then the width and height, wait. Okay, width is gonna be our self.width, but then height, let's start by being half of our height, just so I can see. So XY width height and then source all the good stuff. So I can just do our Vulture Atlas or whatever it is, self.atlas, get dimensions. Which will give us the width and height of our atlas. So this should draw half of the vulture's height while it's spawning, which it'll probably cut off its feet by the time it's above the ground, but it should hopefully stop drawing its feet below the ground when it's initially spawning. So we'll see if that looks like that. Yeah. So one thing I want to do is face it appropriately. Face it appropriately upon Y is facing right gets false. I guess we need to just say if we're spawning, then if facing right, then draw this way. Else we need to actually give those bonus parameters there, which is a 0 on the rotation, a -1 on the X to flip it, and then can I just do that? Can I just give it 2? Or is it gonna... Well, this would help. Okay. Yeah, let's do... Okay. So yeah, how do we need this viewport height to be growing. So the viewport height is a number right now that is the height divided by 2. It needs to be more than that, and then it needs to get smaller bigger. Yeah, it needs to get bigger and bigger until it's at the top. Does that make sense? The top of the platform. So we need to say, instead of the so where do we do the spawn viewport? Yeah, this needs to be, so it's almost like we need a variable here instead of this, and that variable needs to be shifted bigger and bigger and bigger to full. So let's give ourselves a variable called spawn height that we're setting to 0. Actually, yeah, let's try that. We'll start it at 0 and we'll just do every frame at it 1 and see if that looks okay. So instead of drawing this, we're actually drawing our spawn height, and then every frame that we're spawning, we're gonna set our spawn height to be our current spawn height plus 1 pixel, and then every time Actually, that should be fine. Let's see what that looks like. So this should be, so it should take 16 frames for that viewport to be full height. It's not spawn height, it is self-spawn height. Did you see that, like Mr. Fantastic going on? That's almost it though. That's like so close. Oh! You guys saw how cool that was? It did it perfect. That's sick, dude. That's sick. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm super happy with that. Okay. Oof. Okay, for now, I'm gonna call that good for now because it's late and I'm tired. But we got that going, which is great. I'm gonna say added spawning for Vulture. Added platform parameter. I'm just gonna say that. And get P to our origin main. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully for a longer session, because I didn't have much energy today, but I was like, dude, I took like a 5-hour nap today because I had, the screening last night, which I stayed up till like 3 and then woke up early, got some breakfast with my family, and then just passed out. And then I've been low energy, but we programmed today. We made a good commit, and we were able to figure some stuff out. So I'm happy with that. Good success. I'll catch you tomorrow.